Well, anyway, we did some cutting, and I cut and cut and cut until the chains were cut no more. No more. The chains were cut no more. So I just sharpened them, and this is what you have to worry about. See what happens if you start pushing them? Now, I'm probably going to have to replace the bar on this. What I'll do is I'll flip it over one more time, but this bar, probably before the season is up, I am going to end up replacing that bar. And the same thing with the Husqvarna. I sharpened this one up as well. But if you look at that bar, you can tell that it got hot on me because I was pushing it. You know, it's one of those things, I was on the other side of the fence. I didn't have my sharpening tool with me. So I just said, I got a few more to go, you know, and that's what happens. But anyway, I sharpened them up. And again, I'll end up replacing the bar on this one too. I was doing both. Now, this is the 455 Rancher. This originally came with a 20-inch bar. But I told him when I bought it that I'd rather have this the 18 on there because it'll give me a little bit more torque, which it does. And I was also talking with my cousin. My cousin is an arborist, and he's been doing it for 40 years or so. He's got a couple of contracts with the city, and 2 or 3 cities actually. And he had always told me that, you know, if you didn't care about the length of the bar all that much, to shorten it down an inch or two isn't going to hurt it. If anything, it'll give you a little bit more cutting power. So, you know, at that point, I figured, well, what the hell, it doesn't hurt to try. And it makes sense. So, but anyway, this one here has been working strong. That's the original bar. And this chainsaw here has been, every year, I've been cutting wood with this, using it and abusing it. And it's this is the 7th season. So 7 seasons on the same bar of using and abusing. It does well, and it starts up every pull. I can sit this thing all summer, and if I need it in this fall, pull it, it's going to start, which is nice. You know, but the bar now also has a lot to do with the user, so I've got to take some credit here, because if you keep your chains sharp, you know, your bars are going to last a lot longer. Now this one, I bought it just because I needed something small for doing some trim. You know, little things. This is the 170. And I believe this had I want to say 14 or maybe a 16-inch bar. I downsized it one again. And I bought that at the dealer. This one I got online, actually. I got a good deal on it. Back then it was a good deal. You know, but so far no problems. So I got to do what I got to do. I pulled out the Dremel. I have the sharpeners, but I also have the little Dremel sharpeners. So if you got an idea and you have the feel for it, the Dremel definitely works well if you use your little right size sharpening stone. And you got to be quick. You know, you're just not going to lay there with it because you're taking off a lot fast. There's one down in there. I don't know if you can see it down there. Sticking its little nose out right there. There's one of them there. So, but anyway, like I say, you got to pay attention. So now over here in my chain inventory, I have 2 more 18s for the Husqvarna, and I have 1, 2, 3 new ones for the Skill. And then I have these other ones here that are older. You know, they have to be sharpened. I got maybe 2 sharpens on each one, so I'm good for another sharpen. But they're all set. I try to get 3, sometimes 4 sharpenings out of them, depending on what I'm doing. But I'll guarantee 3 sharpens. After that, sometimes you just start cutting it a little thin. But, you know, like I say, treat them right and they'll treat you right. So, and when I go to Home Depot or wherever I may be, if they're selling chains, you know, sometimes I'll just pick one up. You know, I may not need it now, but you never know when you're going to need it. And if you need it and you have to take off to go get it, you might as well have bought them in advance, because you're wasting more money and time and stopping and then going to get it and things than it is if you just bought one and had it. So that's why I like to keep a couple of things on backup laying around. I really do. So anyway, here we are.